So hello, we have another interview for the Big Thank You Week. And this time I've got Allan Vaughan and Pip Isles, who have been tremendous help. They're always a help for us whenever we've got to do any ceremonies that involve the armed forces. Brilliant guys. And on this occasion, Allan has nominated Pip for a special award and as part of the Big Thank You. So Allan, I'm going to ask you, why have you nominated Pip? What's he been up to?
Well, thank you very much, Matt. Every organisation needs a Pip. Pip is the chairman of our local Royal Air Force Association branch in Basingstoke. And as such, he has managed the effects of COVID-19 upon the association locally. And that means that right from the outset, Pip contacted the members of our members who are in the vulnerable situation, which means over 70, of which roughly half of our membership is over 70. And Pip set up a telephone contact system. So everybody over 70 was phoned as often as possible to see that if they needed any help, such as shopping or collecting prescriptions or just simply for a chat. And that has worked very well, and Pip controls that. But apart from doing that, he has also been responsible for looking at wider welfare cases in the area. When I say the area, it stretches from Reading down to Southampton, for both the Benevolent Fund and the association. And he has done that under lockdown conditions, which have been very onerous compared to what he would normally do, and has managed some successful outcomes of the welfare cases that he's been looking after. And finally, he's kept the branch going. It would be very easy not to keep in contact with people. So he's set up a Monday evening chat. We still have our monthly formal meetings by Zoom. And generally, if anybody needs any help or any assistance, we know Pip is there. And
Brilliant.
For his time and his effort, he deserves a big thank you.
Well, that's brilliant. Thanks, Allan. Pip, it sounds as if you've been working really hard when a lot of people have just had to sit back a bit and do not too much. It sounds like you've been incredibly hard working over this period of time. What's it been like for you? Have you enjoyed it, or are you just exhausted?
I just love the involvement with everyone. It has been more difficult because whereas we had a monthly meeting, a monthly lunch club, and a lot of social functions, all of these had to stop, and we had to revert to Zoom meetings, which restricted the number of people that could join us because a lot of our elderly people couldn't handle it. And it meant more telephone contact, just making sure everyone's okay. And as Allan said, you know, if there is a problem with anyone, it normally ends up here because they know if I don't have the answer to hand, I can easily find it and go back to them. So I have enjoyed it just the same as I did before it started, because I've still got the same contact with the people, which is the important thing to make sure everyone's still okay.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. I don't know about you, but I've really missed just seeing some of the armed forces and the veterans face to face. We've had to have Armed Forces Day, VE Day, VJ Day coming up, and it's just not the same. It's mostly at the moment just me and Andy and perhaps one other and a bugler, and it's just such a pity that we don't have the, you know, all of the veterans and the armed forces representatives there. So my question is, are you looking forward to normality, Pip, or have you actually got used to it now and think, actually, this is quite positive?
No, no, I do look forward to getting back to normal. It's going to be a long time, we feel, but it will be lovely to get back face to people. The very sad thing is this year just happens to be the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Britain, and it's the 75th anniversary of the Basingstoke branch of the RAF Association, and it looks as if both of these will not be celebrated as fully as they would have been. That's very sad, but maybe we can pick something up next year and still do something. But
Yeah.
but no, it will be good to get back to see everyone's face again and be able to, you know, chat, because as you know, over a Zoom meeting, you can't chat to several people, you know, have a little conversation. It's one-to-one only, and you know, those that are quiet sit in the background and it's all over. So it's got
as you both know, we'd probably be starting having our face-to-face meetings to work out Remembrance Day, which takes quite a lot of organisation normally with all the marching, etc., and the fly past. Obviously, we haven't started that, and it's going to be very different again this year. But as you say, Pip, it'd be quite nice to be able to make up for it a little bit when we can all get back to normality and begin to celebrate some of these really significant milestones that we're going through.
So, yeah, it is sad that so many have been missed this year.
And one of the problems there is that the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Britain would have been a major lead on what we have as the Wings Appeal, which I'm sure you're familiar with, where we raise money for the association generally. And of course, not having that, the association will probably take about up to a £2 million hit by not being able to collect for Wings Appeal.
Yeah.
And generally, like a lot of other charities, the association is finding it very hard to generate any revenues and have had to put people on furlough, etc. So we reckon it's going to take at least 2 years for the association to get back to what was pre-lockdown status. And
yeah, that is one of the saddest aspects of the pandemic. Obviously, there's all the illness, but there are people going on furlough, losing their jobs, the charities losing out, as you say, and it is such a shame. But what we discovered over this Thank You Week is that the big positive is that it has just drawn up a real community spirit. You know, just seeing what people are prepared to do and how people are prepared to put themselves out so much. And Pip, you're a shining example of that. So really, my message to you is just thank you on behalf of the whole borough. Thank you to the whole association, but thank you especially to Pip, because it sounds as if you've just done a brilliant job and you've worked really hard. So gentlemen, thank you so much, and I'll say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.